attention to me. Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to take this tennis bracelet, this jacket, and we're going to take this tennis bracelet. This won't fit in there. This is too big of diamonds and too wide to fit in this groove through here. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this thing in half. Then it's too long because she won't have enough room to snap or catch here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one of the links off, and we're going to cut it in half, and then we're going to make this all fit back together where she can wear it all in one piece, and she's not going to take it back apart. So we're going to make it one piece, all one bracelet is the way we're going to do it. So to get started, I'm going to cut it in half. That's the first thing I'm going to do. Alright, I'm going to focus my camera in over here for you. So you can kind of watch my hands and my tools. There you go. You should be able to see things now. Alright, you'll be able to see me. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that in half, just like I said. So let's get started. That's the first thing we want to do. We're going to take one link off of it also. So I'm going to actually cut the little hinges there. I'm going to cut them. Now I'm going to bend that open, and I'm going to pull off that last link right there. Now, she's got enough room where she can open and shut her catches. Should have anyway. Yeah. It should work. Alright, now we're ready to get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this bracelet in half, about halfway down it. Okay, I've cut it all the way down through there, except for I left that last link there because I want to keep that for my alignment for just a few minutes here, just to kind of see how things are going to work out. See, we're going to basically make it look something like that right there. That's what we're hoping for it to look like when we're done. So, I guess what I'll do here to start it out is I'll probably just weld one of these together here. Go ahead and cut this on in half. Okay. Now we gotta, let me move this camera a little bit there for you. I think we're going to go ahead and shorten another link. That way everything will pretty much maneuver around the right way, I believe. So I'm going to go ahead and take one more link out of it. Alright. There's what we're going to end up with. So I'm going to go ahead and solder this one link down here at the end. With my torch. Which actually we could go in here and laser weld this if y'all want to.
Cut.
I'm going to take this to the laser welder. We're going to laser weld it. So we're going to stop this video right here and then we're going to start. Okay, we're going to laser weld this bracelet right here. I'm going to turn my settings on about 235, 4 MS's, 0.6 millimeter with about 4.7 hertz. That's typical for yellow gold settings on a rofin laser. So I'm ready to get this thing started. Turn my settings up here. Alright, y'all ready? Let's do a tour. I'm going to give it a little tack up here in the top just to kind of get my spot lined up. Okay, there's a little tack there. I'm going to give it another little tack this next little link down on the top side here. But we're mainly going to be doing our welding from the bottom side. But I'm just going to give it a few tacks here and there just to kind of, you need to kind of give it a little bend to where the bracelet's got a little room to maneuver around. It's got to be able to bend. So you kind of want to bend it as you're doing it. At least that's the way I would do it. I mean, because if you don't bend it when you're doing it, then you're not going to be able to bend it when it's flattened out. When somebody puts it on their arm. You don't want to tack every link. You want to tack most of them. Because every link can get you in trouble. See, I'm just kind of going through there and picking a few here and there. But you notice I'm giving it this little bend here. Just kind of spotting them. If we don't have that bend, they won't be able to wear it. See, I'm just kind of going down through there and spotting it here and there with their laser. Just trying to keep it all looking even. Gotta give it them bends. I don't want to get too crazy on lasering it because I may have to pull it back apart or something until I know actually everything's going to work out fine. Alright, there's all of our welds on the top side. Now I need to pull it out here and take a good glance at it, so I'll be bringing it right back in here in just a second. Okay, so far so good. You're here with Randy Hubbard at Staples Jewelry. We're located in Louisville, Kentucky. We specialize in a little bit of everything. If you'd like to check out our store website, it's located at staplesjewelers.com. That'll give you more of an idea where we're located at. Alright, now we're going to basically do the same thing on this one. Try to weld it in pretty much the same spots, just opposite sides. Want to keep everything lined up basically about the same. So I'm going to get this thing kind of straightened out here and get it. Wherever I welded at on one side is the same spot I'm going to weld to on the other side. Because I want it to all kind of bend the same. Because if you don't put the welds in the same spots, then things won't tend to work out the same way. See that in there moved a little bit. See, it's kind of getting out of uniform. Got to undo some of them welds there. Grab me some pliers. I'll just break them welds loose there. Give it a little tug and a little twist. I think it probably started getting out of whack right around here. There, yeah, it's broke loose. I think I just need to give it more of a bend on the bracelet. I think I need to just break them all loose. Start all over on this one side here. Okay, let me tack that back. Okay. Gotta make sure we get these things lined up good, because that's the key to the whole thing, is making sure everything's lined up perfect. Each link you weld, it's got to be exactly the same as the last one. So far, so good on this side. Give it that little bend. Is it looking the same to y'all? Alright, just keep working our way down there. See, the technique to it is keeping it nice and even looking. That's the key to the whole thing here. I hit it right there. Ooh, it kind of burnt my fingers there. Yeah, I have to break out some wire, some laser wire now. And there we go. This is 14 karat laser wire. Make sure it all looks about the same before I laser it with this wire. It's a little harder to break loose once you put the wire to her. Because all we're doing right now is just kind of tacking it. Then we're going to weld it up. Okay. So far so good. Hit that little spot right there opposite of that one. On down here. Now we're going to get this spot. No white went through there. Sometimes that gold just thin. Get a little thin spot of gold and they don't want to go run through it. I need to back that off a little bit though. There we go. Push it back a little bit this way. Now we're going to hit this spot right here. Kind of got to watch it. If we ain't careful, we're getting a little uneven. Okay, so far so good. We want to laser that little spot. Next spot right here. Going down here. Getting a little bit out of path there now. It's getting a little longer. That's what we gotta watch for. Might have to break a couple of them welds loose and move them. They got a little bit out of line right there. It started about right there. Wait, I'm gonna break out loose too. There. And had a pretty good little weld on it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do to that spot is I'm gonna take this laser here and I'm just gonna kind of blend it in. Then I'm gonna take this pair of cutters I got right here and I'm gonna cut off that little ball. Keep lasering it back. Okay, now I'm going to try lasering that spot back in there. Give it a good little pull. Okay, now let's try this again. For some reason we're getting out of line right there. Can't tell if it's them two links or what's causing it, but something's causing it. Break that weld loose again. A couple of them spots got loose. Alright, now let's get back to what we were doing here. Maybe if I go down here and weld this spot down here in place, it might help to keep these others in line. So I'm going to tag it right there. And that might help keep these others where they're supposed to be. I have to break it back loose, it just ain't lining up right. Alright. Let's keep her lining up here. Let's keep her going. We may be on the right path now a little bit, I think. Sometimes everything just don't go the way you planned it, but that don't mean we ain't gonna get it, because we are gonna get it. We're gonna take a different approach. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up here 3 or 4 lengths. I think we got a little bend here is what the problem is. Things are just kind of getting low.
She was just like, I think we were both stunned.
There we go.
I think he's filming back here.
You gotta say cut when you go through there.
Alright. Alright. Still just ain't ended up the way I want it to. For some reason we keep ending up in the same spot with our bends. We're gonna get it. Problem is right here in this bend. Alright, we're pretty close to it right now. I mean, I'll have to cut this link right here off, but I think we got it laid out pretty close right there. See what it's looking like? Of course, we got to do a bunch more welding on it to make this thing work, make everything work on it. So that's the next thing we're going to do is a bunch of welding. So I've kind of got it laid out here. I think I'll hard weld the rest of it since I've kind of got it tacked in place. So we're going to come in here and we're going to use a torch on it now. Okay. Because with the torch, this stuff don't fall apart. It tends to stay tends to stay welded up pretty good and everything works pretty good. So let's bring it in here and weld it on a torch now. And we'll grab this camera. We're going to move it in here. Alright, now we're going back in here to the shop. We'll do our welding at. Let me get you all set up here. Alright, let me put that back down there on the bracelet. Focus it in here. Alright, there's the bracelet. Now I've got it laid out there. It's all tacked in place and kind of see what it's looking like. So now I'm going to take my torch and I'm going to go through here and I'm going to weld them spots on the back of that. So we're going to use a bunch of yellow gold solder. Going to use a whole bunch of it, so it'll just cut a bunch of pieces off. You people at home is going to enjoy this one. It's a lot of welding right here. But this will really turn out to be a really nice bracelet when I'm done with it. See all the little pieces of solder I've cut? Well, you probably can't see them all, but and now, see all them pieces of solder I cut right there? That's what we're going to use to weld it up with. Alright. So, now let's get started. I'm going to turn my torch on here. I'm going to get my flux out. This is battered self-pickling flux. I'm going to go through there and I'm going to heat all that up. You gotta watch because you don't want to solder links where they don't move. You want everything to still kind of move a little bit. I mean, it's not going to perfectly move, but they will move. Okay. I'm going to work myself down one side first, and then I'll work myself down the other. Let me turn that torch down a little bit so I don't melt nothing. skipped a few here and there because of the way the links line up, but I will end up soldering some of them spots. So I just gotta get the welds in the right areas. Now this is a trickier little piece than you think to weld up. And it all looks so easy. I know some of you sitting at home thinking, well, ain't no big deal there. It's a whole lot harder than it looks. I guess you're wondering how I know whether I'm going to melt the gold or not, because the gold kind of gets a little cherry color to it. When it starts getting that cherry color, you better back up. When it starts cherrying, it turns a little cherry, then it means it's not too far from melting. Alright, now we're going to flip this sucker around. Now I'm going to see what I'm going to do there inside of them other links on the other side. Still looks okay from the top. Okay, just going to keep going down through there and trying to get where you can see the solder and see the gold. It's kind of hard to see the gold cherry up. It takes an eye, a special eye for that, but I kind of use my tweezers there to push the gold and pull the gold around the solder. I try to pull the solder to where I want it to pull to. I use my tweezers just to kind of, because my tweezers get hot and the solder goes towards the heat. So that's the reason why I use the tweezers to pull it, because I heat my tweezers up as I'm down there in that. It's kind of like the tweezers are getting hot. So the gold wants to go towards the tweezers. So if I need to adjust things around with the solder, I just put my tweezers in there. And usually the solder will flow towards my tweezers because my tweezers is getting hotter than the gold's getting. Now that new. Hello. I have to call you back. Sorry for the inconvenience there. Alright, now let's get some more gold solder. Just about got her. By the way, you're at Staples Jewelry in Louisville, Kentucky, and this is what I call the jewelry repair shop. You can go to jewelryrepairshop.com if you want to watch my videos. My name is Randy Hubbard, and I'm the jeweler here. I've been doing this for about 36 years. I'd like for you to subscribe to my channel there if you would. We just about got this thing welded up. A couple more little weld spots here and we're done. Well, we ain't done with the bracelet. We still got to send it through polishing and clean up and grind off a few sharp edges here and there. Smooth it out underneath. I use a Cratex wheel for that. About 100 grit. And I was kind of smooth down the edges with it. We used about almost a penny weight of solder, 14 karat yellow gold. Alright, there you go. Now there's your bracelet. It's all welded up. Now we'll send it through, we'll put it in the pickle, and I have to cut that little extra link off down there, or it's right there, see that little extra little piece of link there. I'll cut that off, but I'm going to throw this in the pickle. And I'll run it through cleaning. But customer have a nice looking bracelet when we're done with it there. Let me throw this in the pickle real quick. Now I'll have to bend it a little bit, you know, get them bends in there, get to where everything works. Give it a little bend and loosen it up, stretch it a little bit, but pretty much there you go. Now I'll take a rubber wheel and I'll run it around the inside here and get all the sharp edges off of it, but they'll have a good looking bracelet. There you go. That's some of the custom stuff we do here. Check it out. Just modified it, made it fit. My name's Randy Hubbard. I'm at jewelryrepairshop.com, located at Staples Jewelry, Louisville, Kentucky, 502-425-2302. You can check us out at staplesjewelers.com. I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to my channel. Thank you.